My name is Isabel Povey. I'm from Hampstead, and I've been volunteering with numerous organizations dedicated to eliminating food insecurity throughout New Hampshire since I was 7 years old until I started my own nonprofit organization, Seeds of Hope, back in 2018. My favorite aspect of volunteering is how easy it is to give. Everyone has something to share, and Seeds of Hope is all about realizing and releasing that power. Because whether you're donating some spare cans to your local food pantry or even just sharing a smile with someone, you are making an impact. And only once we all realize that those small actions add up are we truly going to change the world forever. One experience that has really stayed with me, every year for the holidays, I will deliver turkeys to families in need around the holidays, and I always bring gifts for the kids that I meet. And one year there was a little girl, so I gave her a teddy bear. There was nothing too special about that, but later on in the year, it was spring, I saw her again at an outdoor food pantry, and she was carrying the teddy bear that I gave her. So, Seeds of Hope, my organization, has reached 5 different countries and territories. And as amazing as it feels to be able to give on such a wide scale, it's those small personal moments that, to me, really define the importance of service. The advice I would give to someone looking to make a difference, I would tell them that it's okay to start small. The only thing that matters is that you start somewhere. You don't have to organize a huge fundraiser or start a nonprofit organization to make a difference. Giving back is so much more than raising thousands of dollars. It's something as simple as holding the door for someone at the grocery store. The biggest takeaway that I've had through my journey of change making so far has been that no matter who you are, where you're from, how old you are, none of that has any impact on your potential to make a difference. And sharing a meal, a smile, an hour, or donating your allowance to a food pantry, it all helps. And Seeds of Hope is about realizing that message because it only takes one seed to grow the garden that feeds a village. As many people know, the need has gone up so much in food pantries across the country. And as soon as there was talk at my school about a potential shutdown due to COVID-19, I immediately gave up my lunch period and I started spending that time in my campus food pantry. And I was putting together backpacks for my peers to take home who came from food insecure households. And then immediately after the switch was announced, I spearheaded a food drive for another local school that needed help with their take home program. And then in April, I organized the Povey Power Virtual 5K in honor of Global Youth Service Day. And we had more than 80 participants from all around the state. And that event alone was enough to raise enough money to feed over 9,000 families at the New Hampshire Food Bank. And now every Saturday, I work at a mobile food pantry and we feed over 350 families right in Manchester. There has been no greater need than right now. And I really have seen no other choice than to just go with it and do everything I possibly can to help out.
Hi, I'm Trish Tidd. I'm the president of the Miss Exeter Scholarship Program, and I nominated Isabel Povey for the Spirit of New Hampshire Award. The reason that I decided to nominate Isabel was because I was inspired by how resilient she's been over the last year. She's done a ton of work since she was 7 years old to fight hunger. But when everything fell apart, when we were all stuck at home, most kids were complaining about the fact that they couldn't see their friends or they couldn't be going out on a Friday night. But Isabel, she looked around and said, what can I do to help? And she made a difference in her community. She found out where there was need, and there was a lot of need because her issue is hunger. And she started working with the food bank. She organized a food drive. She went to 2 towns over and helped them with their 68 hours of hunger to pack their backpacks. So she's been the busiest person I know through the pandemic, and that was why I decided to nominate her. So one of the things that's pretty amazing about Isabel is how she just draws people into her orbit. So for me, what's most impactful about her service is the fact that she can bring people in and recruit not only older people, but also people her own age. During the pandemic, so she mentioned that she's been volunteering every single week at the food bank up in Manchester. And the funniest story I heard was that she had a group of her friends come over and they went to a drive-in movie, socially distanced, of course. And they slept over her house, and she woke them up early the next morning and said, all right, come on, let's get dressed, let's go. We're all going up to the food bank. And there was a group of, I think, 5 or 6 of them. And I think a couple of them went back the next week too. So she's pretty amazing that way to recruit people. So if I could sum up Isabel in 3 words, those 3 words would be persistent, kind-hearted, and zealous, because nothing gets in her way.